Good, happy Sunday morning, August 25th, 2019. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this morning, so let's begin. First up, boil water order affecting businesses at Hampton Beach. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Do you need a new roof but think you can't afford it? Our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Tonight, environmental officials say one of two water tests showed no E. coli in a water system responsible for 3 New Hampshire communities, but a boil water order for those communities is still in effect tonight. The state's environmental department issued the order yesterday for Aquarian water customers in Rye, Hampton, and Northampton. It comes after detection of E. coli in a water system, the issue causing a headache for businesses on the seacoast, especially in Hampton. Those who run hotels and restaurants are now forced to come up with some alternatives.
Prior water has been thrown out, and we started fresh from the beginning with the boiled water and the bottled water. And we've been going strong. People have been confident. We were laughing because we were the ones serving coffee this morning because we were pouring the bottled water into the coffee machine because we have a secondary way of doing it.
Now the results of a second water test are expected to be released tomorrow.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And we will keep you updated on those results once we get them into our newsroom. New Hampshire lottery experiences outage. Some New Hampshire stores experiencing lottery outage. The New Hampshire Lottery says there are some issues at stores that sell lottery tickets. The commission says roughly 30 stores are affected by this outage. That number is down from 60 stores earlier in the night. A source for the New Hampshire Lottery says the problem is linked to consolidation communication. The outage started around 6 p.m. Consolidation Communication is aware of the problem and is working to fix the issue. We will keep you updated once the whole issue is fixed. Recycle Percussion surprises fan who spent day spreading kindness. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
For 10 years, New England homeowners have trusted Century Roofing. We get the job done right at a fair price. Call today to arrange a free estimate and to reserve a spot for your 2019 roof replacement. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Lennon Anderson has a big goal this summer.
We just want to spread kindness.
Inspired by Justin Spencer and Recycled Percussion, his mom bought him a kindness box from the group, challenging him to create a goal. Lennon's idea, a day of kindness, collecting school supplies, giving out free food and hugs.
We decided to do free hugs, but then we're like, no, we should probably do something better. And then we all got probably 5 raffle businesses, and then it started into turn something
Huge. It exploded with kindness, right?
Yeah.
Through online fundraising, Lennon was able to raise $765 to help make the day possible, and Recycled Percussion got wind of Lennon's kindness.
Free hugs for me. I'll take one. How are you guys? Good?
Justin Spencer surprised them all, showing up to the Day of Kindness. There were multiple stations where people could donate, paint an inspiration rock, and of course,
We got the beat station, which was inspired by them.
a music spot. Everyone who took part also got a chance at some big raffle prizes given by local businesses. But Lennon isn't done with his Operation Choose Kindness just yet. He's now working to start a kindness club at his school.
Really, really proud. He's got a good heart, and he's a kind boy.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Very cool indeed. Everyone needs to be kind. Several presidential candidates visiting New Hampshire. Several presidential hopefuls make stops throughout the Granite State. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9, Tim Callery.
Do you need a new roof but think you can't afford it? Our average customer pays $7,500 for a total roof replacement, and we have finance plans with payment options under $150 per month. Call today. Century Roofing, we've got you covered.
Hundreds of people showing up to a house party Saturday afternoon to hear Pete Buttigieg talk about why he should be their next president.
What will the next presidency be like, and how will it shape the era that we are now living into? That, I believe, is what is at stake.
The mayor touching on familiar topics: healthcare, immigration, education, climate change, and national security.
If we mean business about national security, there has to be an actual plan for dealing with white nationalist violence that is as threatening to us here at home as anything coming from abroad.
And Mayor Buttigieg not the only presidential candidate here this weekend. John Delaney taking some time to shake hands at Meredith's 40th annual Arts Fest, one of several visits he's made to the Granite State since launching his campaign. Former Vice President Joe Biden talking the economy as he greets voters at Lindy's Diner in Keene.
What's the single greatest thing that the markets worry about? Is a presidency that's not stable.
Biden calling out President Trump on his demand for companies to stop doing business with China.
I don't think the president understands what his what limitations there are in the office, and whether or not he has authority to do a number of things he asserts he's going to do.
China also the talk of Trump's Republican competitor, Bill Weld, during his visit to New Hampshire.
The president has a different tariff policy every day, and that makes it difficult for American businesses to plan. It also makes it difficult for the Chinese or any other nation to take us seriously.
Tim Callery, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And now let's take a look at your 2020 New Hampshire candidate tracker for August 25th, 2019. We have a bunch of candidates that will be campaigning today here in New Hampshire. Pete Buttigieg, he has one event today in New Hampshire. He has a house party in Ossipee, New Hampshire at 11:30 a.m. Amy, sorry about this. We have some allergies this morning. As you know, meteorologist Russell Murley said allergy alert today. So give me 1 minute. My allergies are bugging me real quick. Okay, sorry about that, everyone. Amy Cullen-Bulcher has 3 events today in New Hampshire. Her first event is Meet and Greet / Climate Change discussion at the Seacoast Science Center in Rye, New Hampshire at 10 o'clock a.m. Her second event is a house party in Nashua, New Hampshire at 1:30 p.m. And her third event is speaking at the Belknap County Summer Blue Bash at Livingston Park in Laconia, New Hampshire at 5 p.m. Marion Williamson has 4 events happening today in New Hampshire. Our first event is speaking at Sunday church service at Franconia Community Church of Christian in Franconia, New Hampshire at 10:30 a.m. Our second event is meet and greet at Dow Park in Franconia, New Hampshire at 11:45 a.m. Her third event is speaking at the Belknap County Democrats Summer Blue Bash at Livingston Park in Laconia, New Hampshire at 2:30 p.m. And her fourth event is meet and greet at the Stone Church in Newmarket, New Hampshire at 4:30 p.m. Andrew Yang has one event today in New Hampshire, attending Belknap County Democrats Summer Blue Bash at Livingston Park in Laconia, New Hampshire at 2 p.m. And those are all the candidates that will be in New Hampshire today. G7 allies respect China trade war despite warning Trump. President Donald Trump said Sunday he's not facing any pressure from his allies over the United States trade war with China that has left markets reeling and the G7 allies concerned about a potential global recession. And now let's take a look at your New Hampshire business with WMUR Fred Kocher.
Welcome to New Hampshire's Business. I am Fred Coker. 6,547 charitable nonprofits in the state of New Hampshire. And they've just put out an economic impact report, and here are the numbers, and they're stunning. $11 billion in revenue generated, $4.6 billion in wages paid, 83,453 employees, 15% New Hampshire workforce of the New Hampshire workforce, and 329,000 volunteers. Now, here are the nonprofits by the mission they serve. 32.4% human services, 17.5% education, 12% arts and culture, 8.2% foundations, and here's some more, 7.2% environment, 6.9% health, 5.7% religion, and 3.2% community improvement. With me to talk about this is the CEO of the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits, Kathleen Reardon. Welcome. Nice to have you.
Glad to be here.
Were you surprised by those stunning numbers?
I wasn't, but of course, this is what I do. I work, I work and advocate for the nonprofit sector. I think, though, one of the reasons we did this report is because people don't understand the scope and impact of nonprofits in our communities. And so this is a way for us to really get some basic information out about how much they contributed to our quality of life. I thought it was interesting because you had 15% of the total New Hampshire workforce work for nonprofits. Nationally, it's 10%. Yeah. So we have more people working in nonprofits. Yeah, we really in New Hampshire rely on our nonprofit community very extensively. We partner with government to provide a lot of basic services as well as, to support the quality of life in New Hampshire. Yeah.
The largest group of the nonprofits are in the human services, 32%. Clearly, that is growing. Is it?
Yeah, I think that the human service organizations are a big part of the nonprofit sector. They always have been, health and human services. But I think one of the other pieces is to remember that the the nonprofit sector is quite diverse, and so we often do think about those social service agencies, but it's also arts organizations that are focused on the environment, those organizations that help support our youth and education. So, really, it's quite a diverse sector in our state.
Most of the nonprofits, correct me if I'm wrong, are in southern New Hampshire. I mean, the big collection of them are in southern New Hampshire. Not so many in northern New Hampshire. Do we need more in northern New Hampshire? Are they being served adequately?
Well, I think that we do break down the number of nonprofits in each county for people to see that, and certainly there are more in Manchester and Rockingham counties, Hillsborough and Rockingham counties, but some of those are large statewide organizations that are also serving the North Country and other regions of the state. So, I'm not sure. There may be in some kinds of focus areas that there maybe needs to be more, but I think, the distribution reflects a lot of the population distribution.
State government plays a large role in human services in this state, and a lot of those missions that we put up on the screen. Is the state serving the nonprofit sector adequately right now in the state?
I mean, nonprofits often partner with the state. Not every nonprofit does, and I think that's one of the other points of the report, is that nonprofits all have very diverse funding models. Some contract quite extensively with the state in order to fuel their missions.
And let's put that nonprofit's budget up on the screen, because this tells the story. 437 budgets are over $1 million. Some of those would be hospitals. 1,346 budgets are $50,000 to $1 million, but 4,764 budgets are less than $50,000.
Right.
So fundraising is a challenge.
Well, 70% of the organizations in New Hampshire are under $50,000. Those are really a lot of your grassroots organizations that are fueled by volunteers. And again, some nonprofits rely heavily on contributions. Some use fees and services, tickets, other things as well. Very diverse.
And you have a lot of jobs opened in nonprofits. Let's put that up. And here they are, 151 open nonprofit jobs currently listed on your New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits website. And there's the website address. Is that the average number of openings, or is that more than usual?
We've been seeing a lot of jobs posted on our websites for the last couple of years, and you can think about a lot of the nonprofits that post are in the health and social service areas, where we have seen a lot of workforce shortages in our state.
Kathleen Reardon, CEO of the New Hampshire Center for Nonprofits. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, and that was your New Hampshire business from Fred Coulter. And now let's take a look at some events happening today in New Hampshire. Lakes Region 40th Annual Fine Arts and Craft Festival begins at 9 o'clock a.m. on Main Street in Meredith. 8th Annual Claremont Senior Center Car Show, 9 o'clock a.m. Sunday service in the season of Pentecost at Union St. Luke's, 9 o'clock a.m. at Union Episcopal Church. Living History with Warner's Regiment, 10 o'clock a.m. The Fort at number 4. Hebrew School Open House, 10 o'clock a.m. in Temple, Israel. And those are all the events happening today, right here in New Hampshire. And if you want to see that complete list, we will have a link for you on the Riley King Network Facebook page. And that does it for this Sunday morning edition of the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday and have a great day, everyone. And see you back here later on today. Goodbye.